let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to school. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready to go. Discuss the what, whys, and who did it. Let's get to the show. This podcast just might be the go. Oh, but what do I know?
And good night. Welcome to the What Do I Know podcast. It's your girl, Jamie Nicole. I am here tonight with a panel of Denver's finest. Actually, let me rephrase that. Colorado's finest, simply because they've come from all areas of the box. Tonight, we are hosting a panel in regards to men, letting us know what men think. So tonight we have, of course, my co-host, Trey, who's going to be on the panel.
I don't want no shit. That's all I know. I don't want no problems tonight, y'all.
All right. And then I've also got Mr. Reality. He is the host of Deja Vu Poetry, as well. He's a businessman and a business owner and the founder of Colorado Commission here tonight. And then, of course, we also got Jermaine Jude, who's an international designer and graphic artist who's got a whole bunch of hidden assets here with this skill set. So he's also behind the Colorado music scene as well. So, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight here on the What Do I Know podcast. As you know, it's going to be a plethora of questions that we're going to be bringing to the scene. Now, Jermaine, I know that you probably already know about this main topic. What is the definition of a man?
Wow.
I know, I'm just going to drop it on hard.
Gate, ain't we? See?
Let's just drop it on.
Hell.
God damn.
Come on, brother, just speak for me, son.
Definition of a man. Somebody who carries himself with integrity, some values, somebody that you can, that's reliable, somebody who cares about, things other than themselves. I don't know. I mean,
I did just drop the hard question right up on there, right?
Let me pick a shot.
Pick a cup and figure out which one it is you're gonna do.
Because you do have 3 cups right now. You were so efficient.
Oh, but you know what? I just heard my niggas in the back actually have the clip that was going to start our whole process on this conversation. So we're going to turn in real quick to a clip real quick in regards to Friday, and hopefully that'll give us some clarification on where we're going with this whole conversation.
Your mother and I never would have moved in this neighborhood if we had known you need a gun to walk down the damn street.
You know how it is around here.
Oh, no, son, that's not the way it is. You kids today are nothing but punks. Sissified. So quick to pick up a gun. You're scared to take an ass whipping. This is what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. And you think you're a man with that gun in your hand, don't you?
I'm a man without it.
Send me an address.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming back on that clip. So now that you guys have seen the clip, I mean, Trey, what was your thoughts on that clip?
I've had those same conversations with my dad as far as like being a man and making those decisions. A lot of outside influence, they can tell you what they feel it means to be a man. They can give you decisions you should make, but ultimately being a man is deciding what's the best decision for you on your own. I could say all of the cliche stuff as far as like handling your business, but it's so much more to that. mentally, what you do out in the world, how people see you. It's so much more than just handling your business. It's so much to it, and it's a learning experience every day of your life.
Now, quick question: how many on this panel actually have children?
All of us. All of us.
Okay, all you guys have
I
children.
don't have a child. I have a grown ass woman. At this
You
point.
do all have a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
So now, how many of you gentlemen have sons?
I have a son.
So, you know, when you see that clip and you think about how it applies to your son, you know, how does that make you feel?
For me personally, man, I've seen, my son's only 7, he'll be 8 next month, but I've seen those situations where he gets so angry about stuff that I have to step in and stop him and tell him to think, you know, is it worth it? As far as what you're upset about, is it worth it? Or is it something that you can look at and go, all right, I'm out. It ain't that serious. You know what I mean?
With me, mine's older, so you know we've been through these situations before. Boys always train. You know, you get to a certain age and you start having to deal with certain things that's outside the house. So I knew what he was up against. I knew what he was dealing with. I had been there before, or whatever. So when it came down to trying to have these conversations with him, I always tried to, instead of just be the older person or the parental figure, you know, just saying no, you know, you don't do da 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 da. I would always try to explain why and where certain choices go, and what I've seen happen in my life, in my peer circles, based on the choices and decisions that we made at your age range. And you know, so with me being able to try to explain those situations in a way that's on his level, in circumstances and situations that he can relate to, you know, it tends to help instead of just saying no, because they're quick to just kind of cut you off on some old heads. You don't know what you're talking about, shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it has to be relatable.
Yeah, and with me, you know, I don't have a son, but I have a grandson, and you know, one of my biggest things was not to wait till he had to go through those situations, not to wait till he had to experience those situations in life, that I could instill in him early how to deal with them, the confidence in yourself, the individuality, being comfortable being yourself, to where when you do encounter them, you could already have the peace of mind knowing, because I wish somebody would have done that to me, you know, and that's the words of affirmation. You know, if you've ever seen me in any interview, if you ever heard me have any conversation about my grandson or my grandchildren, you know, I give them words of affirmation. You know, you're a God-fearing man, you're a good man, you're a respectful man, you will respect women will respect you. You're a leader, not a follower. So, you know, when the time comes, when the situations happen, that you could, you know, that they already have it instilled, because I think that a lot of us have missed that opportunity. And we wish that we had it, or it never came for us, and now we realize it. So, you know, that's one of the things.
You know, Mr. Reality, that actually brings me to another point. When did you guys actually learn this lesson yourselves?
Shit. For me, it took me till I was 24 years old to realize what my concept of a man wasn't what it was. You know, we're grown, we're raised with this stereotype that a man looks a certain way, and it's not just, you know, from the household. It's the, you know, the worldview of how a man looks. You know, when we were growing up, you had Victor Newman on the TV show who had multiple women, he had multiple kids, he had multiple women, and he was the man. You know,
Right,
and the ideal of a man was somebody who didn't have emotion. We were supposed to be strong, you know. But once you actually settle in and you realize that everything that you've been taught, every aspect of a man, is bullshit, because we do have emotions, we do feel pain. You know, it's not the ideal situation to have multiple women. It's not how a man's supposed to be. So, you know, 9 times out of 10, I don't know about it is for a lot of, you know, men out there, but for me, I had to find my own way. And it was through mistakes and hitting my head against the wall a lot of times.
I definitely say a lot of learned lessons through decisions, watching my peers, you know, not necessarily you know, like I won't say that I didn't have my dad around, But at the same time, I didn't. So there was a lot of things about figuring that situation out and who I was and how I was supposed to carry myself that, I had to learn on my own. And sometimes when you're learning that outside of the house and you're learning that with your friends that don't know either, you end up, kind of going through the motions.
Was it an epiphany for you? Was it an awakening for you?
For me, honestly, just a lot of, I paid attention to the consequences that was going on, so, as I started just to see how certain behavior was kind of creating situations, I didn't want any part of it. I ended up leaving, and I joined the Marine Corps. And that situation kind of removed me and kind of gave me a reset and kind of reinforced certain values and outlooks and things that kind of helped me shape how I wanted to be, because there was a certain standard that I was being held to finally. You see what I'm saying?
What kind of made you want to move towards the Marine Corps?
Survival. I mean, at that particular time, I was young. It was the '90s. I lived in a very volatile neighborhood. We were already, there's a lot of self-defense going on at that time, and so, it was a very simple, kind of equation. It was like, if I'm out here shooting at people to stay alive, or I got to deal with people coming over here and shooting at us or whatever, I might as well do this shit without consequence. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be armed someplace and not get in trouble for it than stay here and just wait my turn. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. So I just kind of, my friend's dad was prior service, and he saw what was going on, so he kind of talked him into it. I just happened to be around for the conversation. Was at a point in my life where I was just like, something got to break. I need to see more. I know where this goes. I need some change. So I was open to it. But prior to that, I was on that bullshit too. The military ain't no place for a brother. Blah 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 blah. Once I got in and I saw what came from it, and the brotherhood that was formed in it, and the honor code that was established through it, it was a good turning point for myself. It may not be appropriate for everybody else, but it worked for me.
Now, Mr. Reality, I know you have a very similar story as well, too, right? Something happened when you were younger that made you decide to go into poetry?
No.
That nigga said no.
No.
Wow.
No. Not in any situation. No, I was on that bullshit as well. I mean, we grew up in that era. I'm 44 years old. I grew up in the era where gangbanging was cool. And, what I went through didn't turn me to poetry. I've always been a poet. I've always seen things a different way and expressed it through words. I could look at a dead tree and have to verbalize it to say what it meant to me. But my street life, it did lead me to a poetry venue, where I figured out I could express myself, and it was because and it ain't no secret to anybody who's ever known me. I went through a murder case that led me to a poetry venue, trying to get away from that lifestyle, and that's where I found my voice. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna say that God didn't have His hand all over it, but. When we were younger, when you talk about being a man, a lot of us who didn't have men in our family, we considered being a man being aggressive, being standoffish. You can't push me, you can't turn me, you can't move me. And, that hard shit.
No cry, no
and that
emotion,
pride. But what ended up happening with a lot of that is, you would realize that, well, actually, later in life, you realize that a lot of those people that you looked up to was crying when the doors was closed, when the lights was off, or, they were going through so much shit. And, for me, I was the after school special. I was the story they talked about, where you had all the friends who turned on you, and, the gang turned their back on you, and now you out here by yourself. I was that guy. But luckily for me, I found poetry, and I could speak my soul, and I was able to do that. But yeah, I mean, you know, we were all lost. And if you speak with anybody here, you know, the difference between Jermaine, Jude, and me is that he had an elder who showed him the way. And for me, I had a circumstance that showed me the way. Now, I wish I would have had an elder. You know what I mean? And then maybe, you know, it would have been a different story. But my path and what God had for me led me down this road to where I am who I am now. So I can't be ungrateful for it. But at the same time, this is what this youth is missing right now. This is what these young, and let me say this candidly, this is what these young niggas is missing right now. Not the young men, the young niggas is missing the elders who turn them into men, because we was young niggas.
But we those elders though.
So
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean,
what about you, Trey?
So for me, man, I grew up in Park Hill, and my son's mother, she grew up on the east side, and right now he's growing up in Montbello. And, you know, with those areas around here in particular, we understand the meaning of survival as far as just, you know, getting through it day to day. For me, I was 14 years old, the first friend I ever lost to gun violence. And as much as I saw all of that stuff and thought it was cool, it was having a father, being able to travel, being able to see and explore different things that made me go, I don't want to be a part of that. And I've always respected my friends that are a part of that, and they've always respected the fact that you know, that's not me. So as I'm older now, the realization of manhood hit me.
Wait a minute, nigga, did you just say the realization?
I love that word. I'm gonna take it.
There you go.
I'm gonna take it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take
So
love it. Let's
reality.
go.
There
we
we
gonna
go.
write that down.
The reality.
Realization.
The reality of manhood hit me. You know, it always had been a thing, but it hit me the hardest when I was 29 and I had just had my son. And it really, as I'm holding him, I'm really just thinking of all the stuff that, you know, all the stuff that you want to dive into immediately.
Right.
And I'm ready for this.
Don't make the
All
mistakes
of that,
I made.
exactly. It all of that goes out the window. The ready for whatever mentality, basically. That went out the window the minute that I'm holding this child, and it's like I got to move a bit differently for him. You know, so for me, it was just that moment. It was like a push forward from that point on.
And real quick before we move on, because I just want to catch J1 when you had said, you know, we the men now, right?
mm-hmm.
You know,
We're the elders. He said. We're the elders.
Right. I was trying to leave that out.
Well, you're the elder.
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean,
just stick
for somebody that's, you know, 16 to mid 20s, we that generation, we that generation right above them.
Let's keep it honest. Fuck the 16 to 20, whatever it is. Let's say 16, nigga, to our peers currently, because some of them is still lost.
That's real. but I mean, you know, but even with that, like, there, you know, that's even something to explain to the generation beneath, because we can actually use that as an example of how certain people don't change. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And don't grow and don't evolve past it and still be, however old, still doing this young shit or still acting, still having that mentality. Because you know what I'm saying? So if we can kind of point that out early to them, then, you know, kind of help them kind of make some decisions. Because that's how I kind of steer clear of a lot of bullshit about looking at certain situations like, that's how that went for that nigga. I'm cool, I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just you know what I'm saying?
I did not know what you're saying. That, I wish I did.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's, you know, it helps to see those people our age that are in that position. And, you know, because right now we look at those guys and we're like, I wish you well. And we know that they are who they are. That's who they're going to be. So we know to just look at them and
some of them,
you know, because I got friends that you know, I could see somewhere, hey, how you doing, man? I'm with this, fuck that shit, and it's like, all right, man,
yeah, you still
take it easy. I'll see you later.
But see, that's something that they can learn early, to put their homies in those spaces so that they don't end up casualties of their homeboys bullshit or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're young, your bond is crazy with your friends, and you overlook a lot of dumb shit that you shouldn't.
Well, I mean, because you don't know what dumb shit is. But before I just want to take this moment to give you your roses while you're alive, my guy. Jermaine, you've been one of those guys for me. Oh, is that another part? Okay, never mind. Yeah.
So
I take it back.
We've got so many topics to go into about what men's thoughts are, and definitely appreciate you guys giving us a clear understanding of what your impression of what a man is. Niggas in the back, is that what I'm supposed to call y'all? Can you do a quick pull up of Dr. Dre's wife, Tracy Morgan, and Jeff Bezos, if you wouldn't mind? Yeah, that's what they want to be called. All right. They want to be called that. So the next topic I want to bring up is something that's been going on a lot in social media, gentlemen. And it's been how people are looking at people getting divorced. Recently, Dr. Dre and Nicole Young have decided to go on ahead and separate.
Shout out to Dre for the prenup. I appreciate you. Good job, sir.
Thank you. As well as, Tracy Morgan and his wife have decided to go on ahead and split. And Jeff Bezos and his wife had split a while ago. Now, quick question. You guys know who Jeff Bezos is, right?
Yes. I am Amazon.
Bezos.
Yeah, no, it's Bezos. But thank you, appreciate it.
I appreciate Bezos too. So I know
it's Bezos.
Too.
So my question is, how come black men have so much to say in regards to Dr. Dre and his wife getting a divorce, and Tracy Morgan and his wife getting a divorce, but nobody had anything to say when it comes? You know what, Trey, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get started with this, but let me get the question out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, why didn't anybody have anything to say when Jeff Bezos and his ex-wife, decided to split, and she took way more than any of these two women are ever gonna get? Okay, Trey.
Because we can't relate to Jeff Bezos and his wife. We've seen the way Dr. Dre came up. We watched this whole thing. We all grew up in some way, shape,
we helped that nigga make some of the money, so she's taking it. She's taking it from us.
But
shit,
we bought that out. Even the same with Tracy Morgan. We watched him on Martin, starting from Bruh Man, Def Comedy Jam, and build up with Jeff Bezos. And I gotta give
Tracy
Bezos. Is it Bezos?
No, he wasn't on. Martin. He wasn't Brother Man that came up from the 6th floor.
No. He was Hustle Man. My bad. I apologize. But
I don't know much, but I know that one.
Just watching those people, like we can relate to them a little bit more because we watched them come up and we have an experience with them. Jeff Bezos, our only experience is us being adults and buying shit off of Amazon.
But wait a minute, he came up the same way that Dr. Dre did. I mean, he started selling crap from his garage,
but we wouldn't know that until now. As much we understand the NWA experience, the Chronic, Death Row, all of that as far as Dr. Dre. We understand Tracy Morgan as far as his comedy. We don't know this guy. Now, I will give his wife props because she donated more money to HBCUs than the current president. So I will give her props to that because she's not a selfish woman. I'm giving this money away at this point. So that shows where her heart is as opposed to...
So then let me ask you this. If, let's say, Nicole Young wanted to give away half of the $400 million that she's requested.
Jesus, that's a lie.
See, that's the part. Okay, see...
That hurts us hard
it's
right
off
here.
of what he said, though. Like, that what's that? It's a Drake line, right? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, right? You know what I'm saying? Like...
But wasn't she at home taking care of the kids?
Just be real. You gotta be realistic about this money. It's cool. She can. She should get money, sure, but come on, man.
So what if
ain't no fucking way you get half of my fucking.
But let me ask you this.
But
if in the prenup it says that this is what you're allocated, 50%. 50% of what
Those are the terms of his prenup.
Yeah, what if that's in the prenup? I mean, why are we
she gets that.
I mean, if
we can't even argue about that.
If those are the terms that him and his lawyer and everybody came up to, and they walked into that situation, that's clearly fine because he went into it already okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
So why are you guys mad?
I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about that. But I see that as excessive. You know what I'm saying?
No, because if it's in the prenup, then it's not excessive.
No, but well, okay. If it's in the prenup, sure. Whatever's in the prenup is in the prenup, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, in general, when it comes down to these, these divorce filings and stuff like that, especially for, like, it's one thing if it's a marriage, like, you was hella broke and then, you came up during the marriage or whatever. Okay, I see.
How long has she been with him though? I guess that's the question.
Come on, man. He been.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna give us a minute to sit and think about this. We're gonna come back here in just a moment for a break, and then we can definitely pick up on your thought process because you sounding like a broken record right now.
Oh,
and we gonna come back on this.
Oh shit.
Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready. Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready to go. Discuss the what, whys, and who did it. Let's get to the show. This podcast just might be the go.
Hi, and welcome back to But What Do I Know podcast. So again, I'm here with Mr. Reality, our own host Trey, as well as Jermaine Jude. I've been drinking, I've been sipping. But we are currently talking about, what men think and having conversations on different topics. So we just saw the video for Will Smith and it was about, how he was stuck in the basement with his girl. And I wanted to get your guys' opinions on, women body parts and fake body parts. And, what are your thoughts on that? Is it, something to do? Is it something not to do? What are your thoughts?
I'm cool. No, I don't want it.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, the thing about it is that we live in a fake ass world right now. And if your woman is uncomfortable with herself and she has fake body parts, how do you feel about that? I mean, if it makes you comfortable, because let's take it back. All right, let's be 100. fake body parts didn't start off with cosmetic desires to be appealing. There were women who had breast cancer who actually had to have their breasts cut off, and this was something that they did in addition to that. Now, if that's the case, then fine. You know, because I want you to feel like a whole woman. It's about what makes her feel great. Now, I don't know not one man who has ever been butt ass naked ready to get in the bed who said, "Oh my God, your titties are fake. We can't do this." Said no man ever.
That's true.
There's never been an ass who fell out no pants and they're like, "Oh my God, there's these injections. We can't do this." I mean, it's so for me as a man, it ain't about. It's not what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to natural women.
Yes.
But if for whatever reason this is what makes you feel like a whole woman and I was attracted to you, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's not lie. I don't ever want to lose my hair. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna put in no hair piece, but shit, if I decided to, rock with me.
Right.
And for me, to piggyback off of him, it's not necessarily so much that I can't deal with it. It's more so that I want you to be comfortable with you. I don't want you to do that type of stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? I like you for who you are. Now, if it's something that you want to do to be comfortable with you, to be happy with you, I'm in full support of it. But don't do it because you feel like it's some shit that I might be like, yeah. And like, it's more to it's more to your physical. It's more mental for me than it is physical, should I say. Because the mental will keep you there. Physical will get you in the door. You know what I mean? But
oh, that was nice.
I'm saying, man. I'm saying, like,
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a true story. You know, I done dealt with women who might not be the perfect shape or whatever, and people would look at me like, "How did that happen?" And it's like, you know, it was much more than the physical for me.
So how many of you guys have? It's been more of a mental connection as opposed to it being a physical connection.
I mean, okay. So
It has to.
in what situation? Let's make sure we clarify this.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the get down? Or are we talking about the relationship?
I'm just talking about in general. Whatever comes to your mind.
In the get down, it doesn't have to be a connection because your goal is just it's a physical attraction. It's what you're there for. Now, if you're talking about to be in a relationship, it's always the build, is the friendship, is the compatibility for a relationship. Now, if you ask me 20 years ago, I'd have been like, shit, if you ain't physically attractive, then I can't rock with you, But when you talk about relationships and building, it's about it's about the mental. It's about more than that, because you want it's more than that. I mean, like for instance, Jermaine, he's old.
Well, he's married.
Yeah, I mean, but keep in mind he's old. If he was single, you ain't got time for that, bro. I just wanted to throw that in there because I don't want to be the only old nigga on the panel.
but you are also the only married man on the panel, so go ahead and talk to that.
He's obviously successful at his choices. All I'm saying.
I think for relationship, what he said though. I mean, when you're young, and if it's about dating and if it's about just whatever, and there ain't no plans, there ain't no whatever, then I guess it can be based on a lot of shallow shit. But as far as relationships, you have to have that foundation. You have to have that friendship if it's gonna last.
It's necessary
because all the superficial shit. It's either gonna fade away or it's gonna be, it's not gonna have the same value or impact on you. You have to be able to get along. You have to be able to support each other. You have to be, you have to be friends. You have to be able to talk through, because life is gonna send you through a lot of shit that you're gonna have to go through. Relationships are perfect.
I admire you, bro.
Gravity.
Gravity.
But
Physically, gravity is going to get the best of us.
My question, though, going back to the original topic, though, what is you guys' perspective on women who, wear fake hair?
I don't like
nails?
cyborgs.
So no
shit.
7 or 9s for you?
I ain't into that shit.
That's
I'm
Star Trek reference,
I'm like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate a woman's natural shit, and unfortunately, but I understand too, though. Okay, now mind you, I don't want that to sound crazy, because
It sounded crazy.
because what he said was true. If this is something that makes you happy, and if this is a change that you want to do that makes you feel better, if it helps with whatever, then I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
For you.
But to a certain extent, because certain shit I don't think is necessary.
Like,
you know,
what do you don't think is necessary? Like the 26-inch ponytail down to your back.
Are we talking about weaves and nails and?
Yeah, we're talking about the.
okay.
Look, I'll put all that shit on if you want to, motherfucker. Just get along with me.
Yeah.
Can we just be friends? Can we build? I don't give a fuck what you put on. Now, if we ain't talking about insertions and surgeries and shit like that, we talking about weaves and shit like that.
Yeah, all aesthetics.
Add-ons ain't got no problems.
No, my forehead big as hell. I wear a hat all day.
But the surgeries is different. The surgeries is different.
Yeah, but
you know
add-ons.
The surgeries is different.
Yeah.
Some surgeries aren't necessarily necessary. Other surgeries, you know what I'm saying? If you feel there's a void or whatever, then that's what you do or whatever. But you know, some shit, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, like I said, if we're talking about weaves and nails and I mean, that's fine. That's what women do for enhancement. That's the culture we're living in. That's cool. Now, do I want you to base who you are off of that? No. But if that's what you need to do to feel good, that's fine. But what I want you to know is that I want your ass at home, bald headed, without your lashes and your real eyes, and love you the same. I mean, let's keep it 100. Like, I'm gonna love you the same. That shit that you do ain't for me. That's for you.
Yeah.
Because when it's all said and done,
But did it not attract you in the first place, though?
It depends.
Well, because let's be honest, you can put eyelashes on, baby, and put a weave in your hair, but that's not going to change your face. That ain't going to change your demeanor when I speak. And when it's all said and done, I don't give a fuck how fine you is. If I come to you with a conversation and your attitude is ugly, you can't dress that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, you could put eyelashes on that shit if you want to. Niggas just gonna look at you blinking with me with hands. I don't care.
And there's a lot of pretty women out there.
And that ultimately,
with ugly ass attitude.
I want you to be happy with you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because I'm comfortable in my own skin. I could have a chipped tooth, pot belly, whatever. I'm comfortable in my own skin. You have to start with being comfortable in your own skin first. When I see you're comfortable in your own skin and who you are, that's sexier to me than any shit you can put on to enhance yourself.
Hey man,
that is just icing on the cake for me. You know what I mean?
Listen, a naturally unattractive woman with confidence is far more attractive than a superficial, made-up woman with no substance.
Exactly.
And I'd rather make love to your bald-headed, gap-toothed, big belly ass than to lay up next to this superficial.
Because the superficial one is a clone of whatever the fuck is
she wants to be
on.
Exactly.
Whatever seems like everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody's into. And it's like they don't pay attention to how redundant they become.
Yeah.
And we see that shit as men, and I know they think that we just simple ass creatures and shit or whatever the fuck, but we see the shit and it's just like, damn, you look just like her and you just look like her and y'all got all y'all here got the same fucking.
So what makes you special?
All y'all, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So
who are you outside of what everyone else sees?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to know what goes on after everybody done seen who you are. I want to know
who you present.
Exactly. There you go.
Because that's what matters.
Exactly. I want to see who are you outside of that. I want to see, you know, you in your natural element, basically.
Neo said it best. He said, I want somebody who's going to make it easy to take it easy. He didn't say, I want a beauty queen, a supermodel. He said, I want somebody who makes it easy to take it easy. I've been with women that some people have decided was not attractive, and they were the most beautiful thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
Because of the conversation. It wasn't because of her eyelashes or because of the hair she put in and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. I'll grease your scalp and we could get a fade together.
Yeah.
But be
it's the
real.
Connection. Yeah, the connection.
Be real.
More important than all that look shit, because that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I mean, shit, you fuck around, you know, you dating somebody that's, you know, a little too cute, you got all kind of extra problems that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of problems?
Uh-oh.
Attention.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Attention, egos, entitlement, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying?
That
I mean, we're in 2020. Everybody's so fucking driven by their phones and shit that depending on, you know what I'm saying, whatever's going on in that person's mental, they may have certain insecurities and certain things that make them think that they need to do or need to look like these women or need to look like her, and you get further and further from yourself, and yourself is who's gonna keep me here.
Right, exactly.
You know what
Not
I'm saying?
your representative.
Not you being a clone of this bitch. You know
Or,
what I'm
because what if we did the same thing? And let's be honest, a lot of men do.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I didn't give you a crazy look, did I?
She was talking about this. I thought she was fine. I was like, I am attractive in my mind. I'm fine the way I am. Motherfucker, love me, shaved or not, motherfucker. I can't put on eyelashes and a fucking wig. Goddamn it, love me how I am.
Right. You don't get to do all
Well, I mean, niggas can. I just choose not to. That's just,
As the co-host, we get into the root of how we feel.
The root of the tutor.
You heard that.
We get into the root of the tutor.
All right.
Next question.
Yeah, we got to cap it off.
Next
Let's cap it off.
Real
Keep it
man.
going.
Do you guys remember the scene Friday, the very first Friday, and when she wasn't Janet Jackson, but
Damn right she wasn't. Shit.
but she walked up and she snatched her hair off. So y'all would be fine with that. Remember what she did?
No,
that?
man. I mean, have class with your shit. Take it off when you're in the comfort of your own home. Don't snatch that shit off randomly. I don't want you to ever think that a man is dealing with a woman and look at her and not realize that your lace front ain't your natural hair. I don't want you to ever think that we look at you and be like, oh my God, God has blessed you with 7-inch eyelashes. We know that shit ain't real. We're aware of that shit. Now, I'm not going to ask you to just rip that shit off in the middle of the club because, that's like being in the Casbah with a female which for those who don't know, which is, the neighborhood club, but being in the Casbah, take your shoes off.
Well, not anymore, though. The Casbah is no longer here anymore, so rest in
whatever.
peace.
All I'm saying is just don't take your shoes off in a nasty ass place and walk around barefoot. That's not what women of class do. And I don't give a damn if you got fake essentials and not be classy with how you represent yourself. And when you take that shit off, just take it off in the comfort of your home. And don't surprise me.
Not in the middle of the street, is that correct?
Yeah, don't come out a whole different motherfucker.
Nope.
Don't let me go home dating a beautiful woman and you come out looking like a nigga. Like, I'm not okay with that. That's
okay.
But I different in that sense though. I want to know who the real you is. Like, if we gotta go, get fades together, let me know we gotta go.
We're not doing it in the streets anymore. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with what Mr. Reality said. Ladies, don't snatch your wig off.
Please don't. My God.
But what we're gonna do is
my woman doing that shit. I got things to do with my life.
We are gonna take a quick break, and on the next segment, you're gonna see Ruckus, and she's gonna take over the moderating for this panel, and they're gonna talk about sex, baby.
Ruckus.
Just talk about you.
Ruckus.
Yes, bring the motherfucking ruckus.
We gotta figure out how to say that in. Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Agreed.
Cause see, I ate twice before I came. God damn!
Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to school. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it out.
What is the dynasty?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to But What Do I Know podcast, the second part. So it's your girl Ruckus. I know I've been missing for a little while, but I'm in the back watching and whatnot and quiet and letting everybody go ahead and do what they're gonna do because I'm on my moderator thing this evening. So I'm here to be seen and not heard. And so we do have a panel of gentlemen to my left. And so we welcome you back to the second half. We still have Mr. Jermaine Jude. We have Trey Smith. And we have Mr. Reality, and I got some questions that we really want to know. So,
shit.
Jamie addressed some things, but there were some things that are kind of more ruckus stuff to address. So, before we get into this next thing, I like to keep things a little bit level, a little lighthearted. So, see if this clip brings back a little bit of memories for you guys. And after it plays, we're gonna get into some questions about fatherhood. Are y'all on it? Black ass niggas in the back row, film, please.
Not the mama, 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 not the mama.
You do that one more time, and I'm gonna throw you across the room.
Not the mama. Wee, oof. Again.
So,
Hey, nah, just go ahead.
All right, so gentlemen, does that bring back any memories for you? Looking at that little pink guy, at all?
oh,
No.
yeah.
You don't remember dinosaurs?
I mean,
I do remember
You
that.
didn't watch it?
yeah.
Yeah, whatever. All I know is that baby was
You know-
dope. He didn't give a damn about the dad. It was not the mama, not the mama. That was the most system-driven baby. He was dope. No, but no, really. But with that being the case, that sometimes the kids are outright disrespectful. You know what I'm saying, towards the dad. So with the men here right now, and having a little bit of a thought that sometimes kids don't really turn out to have the relationship that you want with them. Do you think men's reproductive rights are what they should be? Like, you think you guys should have more of a say on whether or not that woman gets to bring that child into this world?
Oh, boom.
Let's start with
Shit. Boom.
Reality. Let's go.
So just to make sure I understand the question correctly, like in the court of law, just to make sure I understand the question, are you saying should a man have more rights on if a woman should have an abortion or not?
Absolutely. That's all of it. From that's inclusive.
So it's a two-part answer. The man answer would be fuck yes, because I'm a man. Yeah, listen, we both entered into this. You get to make a decision, but I should also have a say. But on the flip side of that, the conscious man side of that would be like, shit, if I knew it was an option, then maybe I should have wore a condom or two or pulled out before. Or if it was a mistake, okay, then in a mistake situation, yeah, I mean, maybe we should flip a coin or something. But in the scheme of things, if you were both being irresponsible, no, nigga, you took that risk. And you knew that you didn't have that control. But at the same time, accidents do happen. And if it was an accident and you're saying, hey, let's be responsible about this shit, I'm not in a position that's not going to be, I don't want you to have a child and then for the next 18 years you're complaining about how you had a nut-ass baby daddy when I told you I never wanted a kid in the first place.
We'll come back to that. I want that. We'll come back to that. Sure. We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah.
I want first of all go to you, Trey. What do you think? Do you think you have more rights?
Man, I'm gonna go a bit back to what he said, because for me, I knew what I was getting myself into. I remember the night that my son was conceived, and I told his mom, like, yeah, girl, I'm trying to get your ass pregnant. And we in the heat of the moment, we had both said it. Then 2 months later, I'm on the way home from work, and she, so I think you need to go get some tests. I was like, oh, all right. So,
Wait a minute. Why did you have to get the test?
I was on the way home from work. No, hold on. We was together though. So what I'm saying is, as we together, and I'm leaving work, and she goes, "Yeah, I think you should probably get some pregnancy tests."
Oh,
like,
y'all should get some. Not you.
Yeah, like we.
Nigga here.
So
here you go.
thanks,
Sorry.
man. Thanks. So it was we. So it was when I said it, and then as that whole speaking it into existence thing, I did that shit when it came to my kid. As far as the choice, man, it's a woman's body. And I get it, like, a man is like, nah, I don't think. But for me, it's her body. At the end of the day, I could be like, nah, I don't want you to keep that shit. Fuck that. It was just this and that. But it's a woman's body. And she's going to decide whatever she decides. And as a man, you got to be like, all right.
Boop. Put a pin in it.
And we're going to come back to that. What you guys think? Should man just blanket yay or nay? You think you guys need more rights on reproductive?
I definitely feel more. I don't know what more rights looks like, but I feel, just be involved in the conversation at some point. But like he said, I mean, at the end of the day, she gonna do what she's gonna do, and you're kind of at the mercy of that decision in a sense.
Now, what if there?
What if
you were not?
He got to count me out, man.
Of her decision, like what if there was an existence of a waiver that upon pregnancy has to be signed from that person to say, I've disclosed to this person that I am pregnant. They are okay with this, and I am moving forward. And in order for them to actually proceed with the pregnancy, they have to have the father sign a waiver that says, I'm okay with this. I mean, I would like to be, while you guys still can, and while it's still young and all that fun stuff.
I think it's stupid. It's a great concept in general, but I could honestly say that there's a lot of men who literally was like, nah, hell no, nope. Who right now are living their best life raising children that they would never imagine being without because they weren't in the right mind.
At that time.
At that time. If you don't want to conceive a life, nigga, take precautions not to conceive a life.
Yeah.
This ain't. We ain't playing Russian roulette. This nigga, you knew what you were doing. You knew what the repercussions was, and if it comes, deal with it. Now I'm not gonna say there are circumstances around it, all that kind of shit, but at the same time, there's a lot of men, who've been in that situation, and I'm not even gonna say I've never been there, to where I've told a woman, like, hey, listen. This can't be the situation. I don't want to have a child with you. And then, something happened and you'd be like, damn, I wish I would have had a child.
Right. Or you wind up on child support. Or you wind up 18 years later with a child.
But what is child support to a child's love?
Well, it depends. Well, it depends, because there are people who conceive children who are in it just for the money, and they are in it for just the check that does come along with having said child, depending on how well off you are.
Without a relationship with the child?
Some people don't care about the relationship. Some people could care less. Some people don't have a relationship even if they did know the dude. So, I mean,
now, first of all, I don't know why the fuck you having sex with somebody that you don't know without a condom. That's very irresponsible, and your ass deserves to get a kid.
Adults. We've done that.
No, nigga, no, you did that, nigga. Don't put that on us. That's just you. That ain't us.
Hold on.
That ain't all, man. No,
I'll say this.
I got a condom on now. What is
Shit. I'll say, as far as speaking it into the universe, I had said, like, long before, like, in my 20s, I was like, man, it'd be cool as hell to be a dad. Just because of the influences that I seen around me. And I said to the universe, if by the time I'm 30, I don't have a child, I'm good, I'm chilling. And then the universe was like, surprise, motherfucker. My son was literally born right after I turned 29. So I was like, oh, well played.
Look at God, won't he do it?
Yeah, like, I ain't having no babies before 30. God, nigga, yeah, you are. And I was like, oh, okay.
Waivers, authorizations, is something where you have a little bit more involvement that says whether or not early, how much involvement you have in that child's life. Either say I'm in or I'm out. It's totally up to me. I'm gonna waive this out.
I think, like you said, it sounds good in theory, but the mental state, people change their minds. So you could say, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because what if you sign it? You say, I waive all my rights or all my rights and responsibilities to this kid if you do go ahead and have it.
Nigga turn out to be LeBron James.
And then at some point later you grow up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And you're like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like, that's my seed, that's my kid. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Then now all of a sudden it's on pay you. Like,
and there's that way.
You done agreed on some like contractual shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How does that make you feel as a man when you see your daddy and signed off on you?
I understand the theory though, like on protection for messy shit, but it's just a weird gray area that I don't know, you know.
Some people look at it the same as the birth certificate. Some people look at it the exact same way as when the baby's born, whether they signed it or not. That's whether or not you're saying if I want anything to do with this.
I would like you to acknowledge that the birth certificate does not very much mean anything.
What I want to know
if you sign that motherfucker now, it really doesn't mean anything. If everybody and their aunties know.
What I want to know between the both of y'all is, what was that moment that hit y'all like, this is it, this is what it is, this is my child, I gotta do whatever it is to make sure in this world that child is straight?
Well, I'm not sure I understand the question. You're saying what?
So I'm saying, I know, we have sons, you have a daughter, a grandson. And what I'm saying is, at the point, as far as fatherhood, what made you guys look at that moment of fatherhood that go, shit, this is it, I'm in the thick of it? Because we don't have a manual for it.
Nah, man, my daughter was conceived when I was young, and just any man or human being with compassion in their heart cannot conceive something being created of you that you're not attached to. You know, and that's a God-fearing man. That's the compassion in your heart. I was a kid when my daughter was conceived, and I could be honest with you. I could tell you, man, I was at the bus stop and felt a feeling that went from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. And when I felt that feeling, that just shook my whole soul. I said, "Damn, she's pregnant. That's mine." And it was never a concept of not being in my child's life. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that there wasn't a situation later on in life where I was like, I don't want this kid, I don't want it. But when she called me and told me she had an abortion, nigga, that same feeling I had at that bus stop, I had the same empty feeling that went through me. And I wish I would have never had made that conversation to her, because I honestly probably would have wished to have that child.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're keeping it 100, right?
Man.
I got emotional or something?
My situation was different. My wife had 2 children upon us starting to date. So I came into that situation without any biologicals of my own. They were extremely young, I don't know, 6 and 8 or something at the time or whatnot. And I knew that if I was, gonna further this situation with this woman, that the kids are a part of the situation. So I just had to have conversations with myself, like, are you up, are you playing a game, or do you know what you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I signed up. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what I was getting into.
Perfect. And that is the perfect segue. I appreciate you so much for ending on that note. We about to talk about some ruckus shit. That was some shit that made me ask these niggas something serious. I don't give no fuck about my serious opinions. I'm here late night. I'm here to find out the real. So could y'all please pull up that next graphic of the WAP photo cover, if you wouldn't mind. All right, so recently, a song came out like this week. Some people are upset about it. Some people are loving it or whatever. Y'all know Cardi B, Meg Stallion did they thing, whatever. It came out with WAP.
How the hell is your wife?
Got people with DAP, Damp AP. They got all sorts of people with I don't know APs and shit running around claiming that they are this song. So that's pretty cool. But what I want to focus on is Cardi B said, I don't cook, I don't clean. I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. She said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got this ring. You know what I'm saying? And so the pick me bitches is mad. You know what I'm saying? The pick me bitches is upset because they cook, they clean, they single still. And I'm just saying, we want to find out why you gentlemen are here. What makes a woman wifeable versus fuckable? And I want to start with the married man first.
That makes sense. Nigga, answer correctly.
Hey, man, it's all on you. I want to know too. Like,
all right.
Sound like Hov in the booth.
The best answer, honestly, you know what I'm saying? I know it seems as if, like, I'm gonna say some old, like, crazy shit, right? But the truth is, It's about what works for you, man, as the guy, man, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't, every situation is actually different. Some guys is okay with certain shit. Some guys is cool with certain shit.
Nah.
That was the same
moderating some.
I'm trying, my nigga. I'm trying.
We're not going for the okie doke tonight, ladies. So here's the thing. I'm a different kind of moderator. Jamie's the nice one. She'll let these niggas run all over the place and run all over fucking everywhere and not answer a fuck shit. That's not what they asked you. So here's the thing. You gentlemen are here to speak for your gender. I don't give two fucks. It's not specific. You happen to be married. For the married men,
Okay.
tell us what makes somebody wifeable versus just fuckable, because we know WAP, damn AP, buy some lubricant, bitch. What makes, because she said it was Dasani. Dasani tastes nasty, but we gonna talk about it. Anywho,
It ain't real shit. It ain't just based in no physical shit. It ain't just based in no physical shit, because marriage is a real partnership.
Right.
So if you can't build with this person, if this ain't somebody that you can struggle with, that you can hustle with, that you can do shit with, it's not gonna fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to be on the same page. She has to understand what you do and be supportive. You have to, you know what I'm saying, give that same energy back. You know what I'm saying? In order for that shit to work. There's a lot of people that, you know, pursue dating and some one-sided weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why shit goes foul. When you know, and when it comes down to hoes and wives or whatever, like, hoes is for fun. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
So if you a chick that's for fun, you gonna be for fun.
You belong to the street.
And you belong to the street.
And the homies gonna have some.
You know what I'm saying? And this is, you know, so niggas talk, and this is a small city, so everybody knows everybody's little past and business and shit like that. So we find out who's in the streets and who's for the streets fast. And you all
he ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? So
man.
either you okay with signing up with community property or
shit.
you not.
Jesus, repeat. Rewind.
And most niggas
wait,
ain't.
no, niggas say
I'm a paraphrase. If you ain't with somebody, you might be community property. All right,
praise this nigga, dog.
Somebody going to bed with a complex tonight. All right, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got that ring. Does she need a ring? Does she have to cook or clean to get that ring?
Absolutely. So first of all, she been cheated on, right?
Who's been cheated on?
Cardi.
Yeah.
So then there you go, because she don't cook and clean.
But clean bitches get cheated on. What you mean? Like, if bitches house clean and shit, still getting cheated on.
Well, that's because
it lowers your risk.
Them niggas got personal issues and don't love themselves. Because if I got a woman who's cook, cleaning, I come home from work, I got a peace of mind, you know, I'm chilling. That's it. Well, then you cannot put a price on a peace of mind. If you can give a man a peace of mind, you can get that man to do anything you want him to do.
But there it is. You give him peace of mind, he don't need a piece of chicken. All right, so let's see.
No, wait.
I don't cook. I don't clean. I got this ring. What you think about this? What you think?
I just want to address the women public who's watching this. Ladies.
Oh shit! This nigga, he look dead at the camera.
Midnight
He finna cop a plea. That's what he's finna do.
All right.
Ladies, I do want you to understand you are not the only one with wet ass pussy. Do understand that if you feel that you do not cook or do not clean, but you deserve a ring, that you are missing out. I want you to understand that your friends, your family are probably fucking your man. Do understand that he is community dick because you are not taking care of home. With that being said, the WAP means nothing when you talk about a wife.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, if you get along with me, we build, we could do all that kind of shit. There's lubricant for shit like that. I could spit on it. Shit, I've probably done it before. What I want you to understand is that that pussy means nothing when it comes to that ring. And she got a ring because she got money. She don't have to cook or clean. She could buy a maid. She could rent somebody to take care of the kids. Half of you motherfuckers out here are working a 9 to 5, and I want you to understand that that's okay. We're with you in the struggle. However, unless you could afford to pick up where you're not doing your shit, your man is probably fucking somebody else.
Well, Beyonce got cheated on and she balling in the motherfucker, so
Who says she cooking clean?
This is true, the bitch don't cook. Well, god damn it, good point.
We know she make lemonade.
Whoa.
We know she make lemonade, but
I got to speak for the Southern women.
Too fucking shady.
She from goddamn Texas. What you mean she don't cook and clean?
Nigga, just because she from Texas, don't. When's the last one? She been on the road her whole fucking life. You think she learned how to make chicken?
I ain't never met a country.
Beyonce was doing the booty bounce. She taught the whole world how to do it. She thought she was talking. She wasn't teaching how to make chicken. When have you ever seen Beyonce in the kitchen, nigga? Has there ever been a picture of this nigga in the kitchen? Have you ever seen
She's a celebrity though, dog.
That's not my question. Have you ever seen an Instagram video of Beyonce in the kitchen, nigga? Even during Thanksgiving. With her family. Have you ever seen?
I don't know because
no nigga, you know either it's yes or no.
Hold on, boss. If she country and don't know how to cook, it don't feel right to me.
Nigga, she been on tour her whole life. She ain't country, nigga. She for the world.
But y'all are dumb. Okay, you know what? While they sit here and debate just for a little bit on country versus community versus all that fun stuff.
And that's what I just
I hope y'all process a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm married. I cook, I clean, I do all sorts of shit. But you know what I'm saying? That's for y'all to follow on a different page. I'm gonna get one of them fan pages and stuff.
Wait.
And only charge 99 cents.
And I do want to give a disclaimer. Because we do not want to put this just on the women. There are some fuck ass niggas in the world.
Hella. I'm gonna name them all.
And you can give these niggas everything, but because they're not comfortable with themselves, they're gonna look for other things. Now, the difference between a man and a boy. Find you a man. And if you're willing to deal with a boy until you raise him, then that's on you. Just get cheated on and keep cooking and cleaning until he get right. And didn't do your shit, and shit, he'll figure it out. It is what it is.
Yeah, of course. Cheating is a choice. You ain't gotta do that shit.
Yeah. First of all, say that again.
Oh,
cheating
God
is
damn
a
it.
choice.
Y'all just keep giving me segue after segue. I love the panel this evening. Okay, so please, if y'all give a chance, please go ahead and run that clip for me. Are y'all listening to me?
Niggas in the back, do us a favor.
Black guys, niggas in the back, please go ahead and run that clip for everybody.
Cheating is a choice.
They gave us a perfect chance to go into this. They say cheating is a choice, and we're going to talk about that. But what if cheating is allowed? Check this clip.
How the hell does your wife catch you checking out another girl? You gotta spot her from 15 feet away, turn, then wait for her to walk into your line of vision. What do you mean? Look, you can't help it if her butt walks where you're already looking. Oh.
What the hell is wrong with you two? You are completely obsessed with sex.
What are you doing? Taking mental photographs.
Most married men believe that if not for you, they could actually be with these other women.
I'm giving you a hall pass.
A what?
A what?
A what?
A hall pass.
And y'all follow up.
So, with that being in mind, and them getting into this now.
Oh, Jesus.
This is typically for married men, so I'm gonna get to the married men dead last. Oh, I'm gonna let you sit and sweat on this one because I know your wife is up front and center on this one. Now, with the hall pass in mind, are men truly satisfied with just one woman if they know there's an option of having another one? And we're gonna start with you because you asked to start.
Oh, you damn right. I'm cool. I'm content as far as the hall pass go, and the reason being is you can have that hall pass, and she might let you do whatever you want to do, have fun with whoever you want to have that fun with. But just know, at some point in time, she gonna want that shit back. She gonna want that same thing one day and look up and be like, so since I gave you this, look here, nigga, I got this guy. And that's what hurts us about women. Y'all got a nigga in mind that y'all be like, so I've been wanting to fuck on and we be like,
but that's my
I thought it was only me. And she's like, no, that's cool.
That should be way
y'all got someone in the cut that y'all know, like,
look at her face.
You want this?
Who, me?
Yeah, you was like this.
Oh shit! Yeah. Women got a whole team. I'm the coach. Fuck you mean? There's a whole team of niggas like shit. Let him fuck up. I hope that nigga fuck up. So yeah, I know,
exactly.
So I know the ladies got that shit going on for their lives. But
men don't.
This ain't about us. This is the male panel.
Right.
On tonight. So yeah. Yo, no.
Oh shit.
Let's go to.
Yeah, married man gonna last, dog.
Married man's gonna last on this.
So
one.
we're talking about the hall pass situation.
We're talking about like, can men, and you're single, as far as if you were to get married, would you prefer your life, I guess, because a lot of polygamists and people like that, or at least think they want to have this life, would you prefer your life where you are able to step out of your marriage every now and again?
My answer honestly to that shit is no. No, I don't want to get married to want anybody else. I understand the desires of humans, and I get all that shit, But if I am going to stand in front of God and everybody else, I don't. I've made that decision in my mind already that I'm comfortable with you being my last piece of pussy. Now that don't mean I ain't gonna imagine somebody else. That don't mean I ain't gonna watch porn and touch myself while you sleep. But
oh shit!
I mean, let's keep it 100. But no, I don't want the whole pass. In a marriage. And then at the same time, shit, if you give somebody a whole pass in a marriage, it ain't cheating, right? Because you gave them access to it. But I don't want that shit. No, I want the motherfucker I got married to be every woman I've ever wanted. And back to the original, like a couple segments back, put on that goddamn wig and them lashes and that other shit. Be that other bitch for me. I'll fuck you and I could be cheating with you while they got a whole song about it. Check it out, it's an amazing song.
This is true. I have a lot of wigs and stuff, but that's because I got locks and I can't do weaves and everything anymore.
Are you sure that's why you got them, just because you got locks?
Well, no, I mean, I do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got a fans only page. It's 99 cents. Oh, God. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, look, I was like, Jesus, like
99 cents.
Y'all gonna be shocked about OnlyFans. Motherfuckers is out here with.
No, it's not OnlyFans. It's fans only. I'm starting my own shit. It's only.
Oh man, I'm backing up. I'm supporting.
Fans
I'm with
only.
it. I'm with it.
No, I'm just kidding. We were
looking
talking
right now, ruckus fans.
Right,
only.
fans. They are. That's what I'm like. Yeah, I send all my stalkers and shit that way. They really trying to see me do poetry naked.
Which is not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, like, well, but we stalled.
That nigga is still over there holding his shit like shit.
As a married man, what are your thoughts on marriage? Like I said, you're not speaking of your situation. You can give that disclaimer. I'm married. We're not here to hear your marriage. We're here to hear you speak
on behalf
of married men. Would the marriage be funner, easier, better, any of the above, with a hall pass?
I think some things sound good, but realistically, there's too many complications. There's too many complicated things involved to play with where it can go wrong, regardless of whether it go wrong on the husband's part or the woman's part. There's too many gray areas that are just avoidable. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, you decide to get married. It ain't about other people. I mean, I think there's relationships though that can probably navigate it, but that shit ain't for everybody. And I think you gotta know you gotta know your partner. You gotta know who each other is and where you stand with each other before you go down that slope, because shit happens. And there's a big difference between men and women sexually. We don't get wrapped up the same way. You know what I'm saying? And so for men's big fear is that, you, like he said, you already got the dude figured out. You already got the dude picked out that you wanna fuck with. And so, physical connections are one thing, but women do naturally get caught up emotionally with sex. And so once you start playing that game and you allow her to potentially get emotionally wrapped up into this nigga, now you done opened up some other shit. So I say no. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's we're not built the same and we don't operate the same. Now some women, I know where you're gonna go. Some women are built different. And it can be completely fucking whatever the fuck, and I get that, but life experience has shown me that at the end of the day, women aren't necessarily built like that on an average, and so they will naturally have some other connections, and that's where problems can happen. That's all. Not saying that's everybody's case, but I would say if your relationship, if you and your partner ain't in that space, I wouldn't recommend doing it.
With that being the case, can men take what they put out with dish out?
Fuck no. Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry.
absolutely not.
Not at all.
Fuck no.
Not at all.
Hell no.
Our imagination is ridiculous.
Nigga, I've been sitting over here the whole time just sick, like, oh my God. I'm laying next to her and all I'm imagining is that she still, like, he touched her. Oh my God, he was inside her.
Worst case scenario, niggas in every way, shape, or form. And just like they say, I mean, men ain't cheaters. People just cheat. But I will say that cheaters, nothing that cheater hates more than getting cheated on.
Oh my God.
And so that right there is where, as a man, everything just gets fucking crazy. And then back to the other shit said, when if you didn't come up knowing how to deal with your motherfucking emotions, you lash out in crazy ass ways. So
kill me, you, and the dog.
and to follow on what he's saying, the reason we can't handle it is because as men,
oh my God,
the minute we're brought up is we're taught that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. We've been taught that since so it's a level of vulnerability that women don't understand, that when we go there, it's because we're trusting you. Because before then, we've always been taught that, suck it up. Big boys don't cry. You a bitch ass nigga if you cry. That type of shit, that when we get there, we've always looked at it like we gave all our faith to this woman and it's a weakness now.
But you gave all your physical to another woman. So, I mean, your faith may be with this bitch, but your dick was over here. So, I mean, we don't understand.
Yeah, that's what we was taught. We separated the two.
Teacher called me.
Separation between dick and...
dick and faith?
No.
This nigga said teacher called me. I'm falling now.
So this shit is not going to be popular. This is probably where I will lose most of the elective votes.
Shit.
Here's the thing. First of all, sex for men and women are different. It's different because we have an outie. Y'all have an innie. To make it understood.
Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
Which means to say that you do not touch the same things with your tongue that you touch with your hands. You will not lick a door handle, but you will open the door, because for us, everything is external. Nothing for us is internal. So we could bump against the wall enough times and come. It's not about making it emotional. It's not about allowing somebody to become a part of us. So when a woman allows a man to be a part of them, to be inside of them, for us, it's like you let him inside of you. And that's my secret place. Now, once again, let's remind this. If you put everything in your mouth that you touched, it would be different. Then we'd be like, okay. But keep in mind, if men thought of sex the same, like in an instance of an intravenous needle, so every time we fucking a female, we putting something into us, then most men wouldn't do the shit that they do. Because for us, it's not emotional, it's not internal, it's external. And it's not emotional because it's just something that we grew up touching our dick. We grew up bumping against walls and shit. That's what we do. We didn't know the difference. Now, as growing up and getting older, you realize that when we don't cheat on you, it's not for us. It's for you. We're not cheating on you because we don't desire other vaginas and want to stick our dick in something that may be different. It's because we know emotionally that would break you. Because it would hurt you. Now, if we thought of sex as being an intravenous needle, most men wouldn't do the shit that they do. And on the flip side of that, when we talk about, people being cheated on, you never know how bad it hurts until you're the one in the situation. Because everybody wants to be the shooter, but don't nobody want to get shot.
Oh shit, I just removed the fucking bullets. So here's my thing. I'm that kind of person where I guess it's fun that I get to be on, interview this panel because Jay let you know I'm that rare exception. I'm not that bitch. You cheat on me, I was raised by pimps. You are now demoted. You are my bottom bitch. That's the best you were ever going to be. I know you are loyal and you're going to be around. However, the love part, no. You fuck other people and you bring my money. That's where we at. So that's kind of how cheating and shit goes by with a person like me.
Co-host, can we share some Iceberg Slim books together?
You said what now?
Can we share some Iceberg Slim books together? Not just one.
Pimp the story of my life.
Yeah, we get all of this. So I mean, I'm just saying that there are women out there who are. So that's why I like the question, because I want to know if men can truly take that. Because as you said, there are people who are emotional, and there are people who exist who don't give two fucks, and it's a lot of scarred men who run into these people, and they out there like they'll be nice people like yourself, like you.
I'm so goddamn nice, man. You know,
he's like nice people like you, and then they'll run all over you just because this chick don't care like that. And she really is a whole nigga inside, and she's been with too many dudes.
And you know what though? And at that point is when a nigga who's been a cheater realizes everything that he did might not have been right. When you get treated the way you treated other people, then that's when your ass sit back and be like, well, wait a minute, that ain't cool. And that's when you become that man, when we had that conversation. See, you become a man when you realize everything you do ain't about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
like
now, you know, don't get me wrong.
You think you move with other people. You move taking care and thinking about others and not moving so selfishly.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you for the streets, nigga,
when
you deal with what's for the streets.
Selfish people cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a selfish act. You're serving yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So what are y'all thoughts on women who stay? Or women who are they strong or are they weak? When their man cheats on them, the women who stay, are they strong or are they weak?
That's case by case basis. Every situation is different. In some cases they are strong. In some cases they are weak. That's, you know what I'm saying? There's no.
What's a strong woman who got cheated on and stayed?
So think about it like this.
And that's, like, what's a scenario where that woman is more strong to stay than to leave?
And that goes both ways for men and women, right?
Because if you cheated, I wonder why you came back. I wonder the same thing. Like, if you had to go cheat, then why you come back? Like same reason as why she stayed.
So there's 100 reasons for all this shit, and we could play the whole game. But if I am a man in a relationship with a beautiful woman who desires me, who wants love, who wants attention, and I'm too caught up in myself to give it to her, and she finds it outside of the relationship, but because I didn't provide it when she asked me to, and continued to ask me to, and she went and found it, then that's probably my fault. You know what I mean? She probably could have told me, so forth and so on, but we ain't talking about no perfect world. Right. You know what I mean? And if she decided to go outside of the relationship to find it, but what she really wanted was me, but she had to satisfy this need because she felt incompetent or because she didn't feel right, then as a man, I should be able to say, you know what, I should have stepped up, because if I would have been, you would have never done that. And there's women in that same situation who have a man who's asking for some shit. And most of the time when men cheat, it's not because we don't have, you know, a good relationship at home. It's because you're not something we asked you to be, and we've continued to go through this shit. So...
But that's when communication comes into play.
And if there's no communication, that conversation starts.
But that's what I'm saying. Like with everything that you was just saying, that happens when there's no communication in between. I feel like you have to have communication to be like, I ain't happy with this.
But not just
we're
communication.
Not being. But what
about the response to the communication though? Because even if you had a communication, there's no response, my nigga. I could talk till I'm blue.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is the stubbornness of it is you not listening to that woman, or you not listening to that man. Because as us being adults, I'm sorry. Let me hurry up. As men and women, we are able to say we don't like this, we're not happy with this, yada yada yada, and it's up to us to listen to one another. It's big to listen to one another because we're direct. When we're uncomfortable, when you're not happy, when we're not happy, we're going to listen. Or we're going to say how we feel, you know what I mean?
I'm going to put this shit in practice in my real life.
One of the questions that we've got is about communication. When your woman has asked you to do something and you have not done it, why do you get upset when she asks an ex or another man to do it when you said that you can't?
I don't know. I've never been there. So y'all niggas answering. I'm gonna go last on this one because y'all.
I almost felt completely out of this chair.
Well,
wait.
What?
Repeat that question.
If your partner, the woman in your life, has asked you to do something and you're unable to do it for whatever reason, why are you upset when she asks another man to do it? When you can't.
Mine ain't got that option.
Shit.
So
there's nothing that you won't do that your wife asks you to do. Period. Is that what you're saying?
What can she ask me that
another man
that if I don't do it or I can't do it, that some I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. If it's some simple shit, then I guess if another motherfucker can do it. But overall, I don't.
It could be as simple as change my tire, mow my lawn, put my desk together.
Okay.
You gonna do it? I'm gonna tell the next nigga to do it.
I mean,
or my ex nigga.
Oh no! Look at God. Will he do it?
See.
I'm just saying. I just want. While the men are here, why do y'all get upset when they know she's not that?
No.
Either the ex nigga or the next nigga. If you said you can't.
No, man.
Here's
You
the
saying
thing.
ex nigga and all kind of
in
shit.
a relationship,
you know that's messy. You know.
Yeah,
that's
no.
messy.
It's deserving of a punch in the forehead. so here's the thing. In a relationship, there's nothing that I shouldn't be able to provide for you. And if I can't, it's my job to find somebody who can, not you. And if you call on an ex-nigga who's going to do it because he wants to be in my position, then you might as well just get a nigga the pussy on the lawn that he's cutting. You might as well get on the car or the nigga that's changing the brakes. Because what I'm saying is this. If you didn't choose me, to do this shit, you chose the wrong nigga. Because here's the problem.
Right.
Just because I'm not doing it when you say don't mean that I won't or I can't.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I didn't meet your needs at the time, but let me work.
Okay.
Let me get it. But if you get another nigga to do it, bitch, open your legs and get that nigga the pussy in front of me, and you might as well video that shit and send it to my phone.
Talk your shit, man.
What he said.
Y'all better be glad I'm moderator.
Wait, and I felt it in my soul. I might have been aggressive. I
No,
apologize.
that was tabernacle. That was tabernacle, man.
Let him get on his little light skin rant. Just let him.
No, it wasn't. Ain't no light skin rant. That's a real nigga rant.
I just know y'all cute. I like it. The light is hitting all y'all just right.
Just because it happened to me.
It sounded like
That did. He was going off. I was like, man,
You got me fucked up.
really? Yeah, that
You got me
sounded
fucked
very
up.
specific,
Trey.
but it was true.
Yeah.
And it hurt.
Hold on, wait.
And are you fucking serious?
Wait. We're in the question again. We're in the question one more time.
The question is, as a man,
Fucking serious.
why does it upset you guys when if you've expressed you cannot do something for your woman if they get another man to do it?
Or their ex.
Ex-man, next man, just another man to do it. I see people get pissed off when they go, I've got my brother do it, but you over here, your brother gonna look at me like I ain't shit. Like I've seen that same, I've seen that thing.
I mean,
Well, that's hard for me because I'm the brother. So if
and you gonna look at somebody like they ain't shit if they don't help your sister with something.
I ain't gonna say their names, but
oh shit,
they got. My sisters have had ex-boyfriends that I just been like, nigga. Yeah, I've had to help my sisters with things that I shouldn't have to help them with. As a man, you should be doing that shit. Right. So if my sisters call me like I need help with this, rather it be lights, something broken in the house, something broken on the car, I shouldn't have to come do that. You're their man.
Let's take it back to the original point of everything that is a problem with this. When a man is in a relationship with you, when a man chooses to say I do to you, from that point forward, from the minute we decide to be with you, we want to be your hero.
But
so that's just if they wish.
We talking about.
If you just fucking don't ask them to do shit for you. That's the loophole.
Yeah.
Write that down, ladies. Just
let me say something real quick. Let me look at the camera and say
trips to
something.
IKEA.
Let me look at the camera and say something real quick.
No,
I didn't help with half the rent. I didn't help with a car. I done did all kind of stuff that there's women that's gonna be watching this, and you can't say I ain't never did that. That I look at other men. Hold on.
I just want to know if he's single because my daughter's single.
Shit, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I done did all of that type of stuff that my friends, my sisters, homegirls, whatever. I look at the men y'all deal with, and I'll be like, if I'm doing all of this,
you need that.
As a man, yeah, they ain't about shit if they ain't doing what I'm willing to do for you. So.
Wait,
let's carry on.
Wait, what was that? Like that was a small jab and.
It was a little bit.
What they gonna do about it though? What y'all gonna do about it?
Everybody looking up your sister and seeing who she is.
Right, like
who she with?
Tell your nigga he ain't shit. Call me. I know how to do brakes.
I'll be like, yes, that nigga loves his sisters. I'll be like, yeah.
Your brother ain't ever gonna have to work if you with me.
Okay. So this question came up because I am in the entertainment circle. In this community, and the shit happens often. I've been told, so I'm gonna ask y'all: does this happen? Are there women out here in Colorado lying on their vaginas? As far as the number of people they have actually been with, the number of people they have not. Are there people out here lying on you? Has anyone here ever put you in some shit that you did not? Yeah, that's what we're about. Are men experiencing things where women are lying on their vaginas and putting you in shit that you weren't in? Okay. Because I guess the men are lying a lot on the
I got an ex-girlfriend, and when she sees this, she's gonna be like, "Yep, that's right." There was a girl. I went to a party that she was there. She was stripping, and when I saw she was stripping, I was like, my ex. I call her my ex now. I was like, all right, I'm out. But after I left, she told everyone that we know between one another that we fucked around. And me and my girl at the time, we broke up, had this big falling out, big ass fight. And
nothing happened?
Nothing happened. Like everybody who was in that room that night. Made me tag folks. There's folks that I can tag right now that be like, nah, man, he saw all of the shit going on and left.
Nothing happened that night?
Nothing happened.
I love the way you put that night on it.
I'll put it to you like this. The girl who said it, if I wanted to hold her accountable to her lies, she owed me that. She owed me that.
Nigga, say her name. She put you out there.
Nah, I ain't gonna say her name, man. I gotta keep this going.
This is getting to the real
question. But when she was like, we
fucked,
fucked, and I was like, no, we didn't fuck.
I'm trying to gauge y'all real fast before I ask y'all the real question. Have you ever been lied on sexually? Has someone ever lied on you?
There you go. Yeah, that's your turn.
Yeah. I definitely have, but my situation was more like they lied on me because they didn't want the female that they was talking to fuck with me. Not because.
So a guy lied on you?
No, it was a female who lied on me. Like, I'll fuck with that nigga. He ain't shit. Because she didn't want the female who really wanted me to deal with me. Like, oh, you like that nigga reality? Oh, why?
Hater, but she never really slept with you.
No. I'm not gonna say that she may have not have played with it before, but it never happened. I'm not this nigga. I'm not like I seen her and I walked out. I mean, I may have put it in. Hold
on. I was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
I had a girlfriend.
I put it back in my pants. Like
I had a girlfriend. Shit cracked off, and I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
It was out.
Yeah, it was out. It was out. But no, I didn't.
My shit was out.
And the reason, have you ever been lied on?
I ain't been lied on as far as sexually, as far as somebody saying something happened.
Okay.
But there was a time period where my name would be thrown out. Like girls would claim shit like, oh, he liked me, or he tried to talk to me, and shit like that. And I mean, that was the farthest thing from whatever the.
That's what I meant when I said.
We're talking about middle school. We're not gonna do this.
Shit, that's middle school nowadays.
No, he run around with my brother. I know there's a bunch of hoes like, that whole clique wants me back. The reason I'm asking that is the question that I really want to know is when people lie on you, because women have a preference. Is it worse for men if a woman said you gave her oral or that you're fucked? We're gonna start in the middle.
Oral. Or oral because oral.
All right, what?
You see what I'm saying? I was like, oral. She threw me off when she's like middle. Oral because it's there's a point in time. Like, first of all, oral sex is taboo. Taboo in a motherfucker.
It is.
But there's folks that treat it like it ain't taboo.
It's taboo.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like
you've been married to it's taboo.
You ain't like that.
Random ass.
I mean,
but
you might not.
At this point, like, there's a point in time, it's so taboo that it's supposed to happen. So, how many times have you seen a girl, and we in the social media world, a woman who's been like, yeah, why you happy with that nigga? He done ate my pussy and da-da-da-da-da. And guys do the same shit.
And she sucked my dick.
Yeah, and it's like, for us, as men, we look at it like, well, when a man's attracted to a woman, that's what happens. Women don't be like that. I don't know. I can't speak for all of you, but some of y'all be like, bitch, I kill you. He did what? Because they feel like the nigga ain't never brushed his teeth afterwards or none of that shit. And that he's eating multiple pussies back to back. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's out here munching.
Yeah.
I love it. And the last question that I have that we're gonna go out on this one is
all right.
We've heard it in sex. We've exclaimed it. Some of us mean it, some of us don't. But what makes pussy yours? If you've ever people be like, this is your pussy or that's my pussy, what makes pussy yours? Reality.
The fucking ring.
The ring.
And nigga, that's
The ring.
only on lease.
The ring
until the divorce papers come.
Okay.
Oh, this nigga is being technical in the mother.
He said no entanglements with Mr. Reality.
No, let's just be honest, man. I love to hear this shit that don't belong to me is mine. I would love to believe the house that I rent is my home.
But it's all lies.
I would love to believe the car that I drive that I lease is my whip. But no. Until she stands in front of Jesus and her family and she says, I am all yours. Nigga, that shit don't belong to you. And the bad part about it is they're trying to keep tabs on it. You're gonna look like a stalker. So shit. None of it belongs to you, and you just better hope. You better hope that she meant it when she said this is yours. And then, work on trying to find a marriage and a happy medium, because other than that, nigga, that's still her vagina. You can borrow it, but
if I ask you during sex and you say it's mine, that's cool. I might let that slide. But if I don't ask you and you say it's mine during sex,
nigga, she told me the same thing.
Yeah. Well, shit, whatever. Don't say that to me. Hey, hold on.
We're talking about unhonest hoes.
If we
right
talking
now.
about folks, like I don't want no lies and shit. Yeah, baby, this pussy is yours. Yeah, well, shit, we go together. Okay, now I gotta buy you stuff.
Nigga, I got an immaculate stroke. I don't care whose woman it is. She gonna tell me it's mine if I'm in it.
He said, I don't care whose woman it is.
When I'm in it.
But even then, you know it's a lie.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't trust that nigga until she's at home with you every day, nigga. You can check the receipt and find out she went to the store for 30 minutes.
I want to make sure that everybody heard that he said, I don't care whose woman it is. It's an immaculate stroke. That shit's fucking funny to me. All right.
If this nigga fuck my old lady, man, I got to. And
if I did, she told me it was mine. Nigga.
Well, then
if I did, she told me it was mine.
Then I got to burn the house down with both of y'all in it.
Is that what men look for when one woman cheated? Did she say it was your pussy?
No, niggas be like,
bro, she said it was mine.
No. Niggas be like, okay, but did she suck your dick though?
Of course, that's part of sex.
You
understand this. I'm gonna say this now. With this panel,
you don't want to know.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna speak because I'm the only lady in the group.
You don't want to know.
And I'm half nigga. So,
oh shit.
if she fucks somebody else, we know side sex is better. So
she sucked it. God
she fucked that nigga like that's the last
Oh my God.
Same shit y'all do. Understand, this was your break of freedom. This is only gonna happen this one time. This is probably never gonna happen again.
Star.
She showed the fuck out. The same way that y'all get that new pussy and be like, I'm about to break this bitch back.
But
she showed the fuck out. If your bitch fucked somebody else, she fucked it well.
Let me cap this. Hold on. Fellas, how many of you niggas out there in the world done? So did you fuck this nigga? No, I only sucked this dick. And she said, I only sucked this dick. And that shit went off in your brain that you was like, you only did what, bitch?
Is that better though that she only sucked his dick?
No, it's not. I'd rather you just fuck the nigga. I'm just keep it up. You said you never had it. I get it. I've never heard. I'm telling you right now.
Fucking ever.
You just fuck the nigga. If you say, nah, I just only sucked this dick. Oh, you bitch. Whoa. That's how we look at you.
Reality's like,
no. I'm just saying. Here's how I look at you.
Whoa.
Are you out of your motherfucking mind?
But that tells you how he feels. How us as men are like, wait, what?
And this is why this is my half of the show, because the shenanigans happen after 10 p.m.
Oh my God. That's how I look at you. You say some shit like that. Oh my God.
J1's is like, I'm not gonna have any.
No, J1, stay out of this conversation. I got you, my nigga.
This is for the single men. This part is for the latter
sweet
half.
Jesus, hold on, nigga. If you ever, and you came home and laid next to me and kissed me in the.
But she said the pussy is yours.
Nah, nigga, you can't fix that.
The whole you is for the streets.
You know what?
If it went in your mouth, everything else is for the streets. It's in your digestive system. Everything, like you got your.
Your digestive system? Did you say it's in your digestive system? You know what? These are the kind of shenanigans.
Fuck no, man. I can't. I'm done with this shit. I want to end the interview. I feel bad.
That's why. See, but basically, that's what it comes to.
Who said that to you?
Men can't take it.
Find her.
Nah, man.
I want to see if I can push. Like I said, somebody's going to bed with a complex.
And you nasty bitch. If you go home and tell
Somebody
your
did
man,
that to him.
you nasty.
If he's mad. We tapped in. We struck a nerve with Mr. Reality. We're gonna all hug him behind closed doors. We put our masks and shit
You
back on.
nasty bitch.
But no, I want to thank.
Sorry.
He's all angry. Oh my God. I want
Letting
to
this
thank. Oh my God, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna bring back some more gentlemen and some more people where I just be quiet and say what they want to say for the most part. And hear what these gentlemen, how these gentlemen feel, because like I say, what do I know about what they really feel? I'm just slapped half the time, and that nigga's crazy. So he don't know shit about what really goes on in life. But I want to thank my gentlemen for joining me this evening. Thank you, Jermaine Jew and Trey Smith, our podcast co-hosts, joined the panel today so we can get to know more about him, because y'all like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, so Trey Smith and Mr. Reality in the corner getting emotional with us tonight. And just let everybody know.
This nigga pulled the thing out, man.
Right. So just to paraphrase tonight, you know what I'm saying? Y'all saw what it is to be a man. Y'all saw what it is. You're damn pussy, it don't matter. Go get your husband. What else have we?
You say damn?
Wet, damp Sahara. It's out there. You all right? Go get the spit on it, Jesus.
She did say Dasani, though.
Husband. She did say Dasani. Dasani's nasty. Arrowhead pussy. I don't know. Dasani tastes like Sam's. Anywho, I want to thank y'all for joining the What Do I Know podcast. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on the AHRR pirate type shit network. And the black ass niggas is in the back. We gonna be working on a clip, so y'all gonna be back next week. Next week, Lady Speech is joining us so we can say, but what do I know about pansexuality? We
My
about to get
favorite
down next week
thing in the world.
So
There she go.
thank you very much for joining me. And so on behalf of Jamie and my crew, what do I know? See you next week.
Let's go. I've been there, I've done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the